How to manage a construction site. In this video, I'm going to talk to you specifically about how to manage the site itself so that people can come and do their best work. I know you're going to love it because there are key steps, key interaction spaces, and key things that must be in place. You cannot just show up with a dirty, nasty lot with not a really good fence, a crappy trailer, and no real check-in points and no worker care facilities. So I'm going to show you in this video right now what it takes to run a remarkable site. So I will say the site is different than people. I do not believe in commanding and controlling people. That's controlling, that's toxic behavior. That's not gonna go well, and it doesn't work anywhere, especially in relationships and companies, right? So we do not command and control people. We let people do their best work, and we let people be authentically themselves. We ask people to show up and do great things because we have managed and controlled an environment. So I do believe in command and control when it comes to the environment. I want it clean, perfectly clean. I want it safe, perfectly safe. I want it organized. I want the environment to be remarkable. Like that's what I want. And we very, very much can manage our site so that our people can do their best work. So we do not command and control people, but we for darn sure like manage and command and control the environment and the site. So let me give you some tips and tricks for how you can do that starting tomorrow, and it is remarkable. Oh, by the way, if you want more on this, it's included in our book, The First Planner System, that I'll link you to in the description below, and I know you're going to love it. It will give you checklists, guides, visuals, tools, templates, the whole nine. And if you ever want more on logistics, let me know, because we have, like I said, we have Bluebeam templates, we have checklists, we have blog posts, we have examples, anything that you might need. It's quite, even a little template toolbox in Bluebeam that I know you're going to love. Anyway, so let me go right into it. Number one, cleanliness. How do you manage a site? That site must be perfectly clean. Do not have electricians pick up drywall. Do not have drywallers pick up electrical conduit. Crews need to clean up themselves. I always put a provision in the contract. The site will be perfectly clean. Nothing touches the floor. You will have gondolas and trash cans and everything that you need. And if I ever, and it's in the contract, if I ever see that something's not clean, I will pause the crew. They will clean up right then and there. They will leave it beautiful. Everywhere that I've ever implemented this with zero tolerance, meaning I'm not going to tolerate a dirty site, it has worked beautifully. This is backed up by daily pictures, reminders, training, field walks. Okay, so that's number one, how to manage a site. It must be perfectly clean. Number two, safety. That means people are trained for safety. That means that their onboarding and orientation has taught them what you expect. That means that you have really great safety systems. That means that you are holding the line. And again, zero tolerance here is the key. Any other system will not work from a safety standpoint. Of course you're going to educate. Of course you're going to remind. But the reminding happens in the meetings, not when a safety violation is taking place. When a safety violation is taking place, it's time to stop, not tolerate it, and get that person what they need because we care. So they either need the tools, the equipment, the training, or the right mindset to go do that work. So on my job sites, we prepare. They have OSHA 10 or OSHA 30 training. They've gone through the orientation. They have all the tools. They are trained for the tasks. They do a pre-task plan daily. We do a morning worker huddle every day, so daily, and they are reminded. But if they choose to not obey the safety rules, we send them to a place of safety and they can come back the next day through orientation. This works everywhere that I've ever implemented it, as long as the entire team is on point. So a 2-year project, 380 people at the max, no more than 22 people sent to a place of safety in 2 years. That's quite remarkable. Those are great numbers. Your site must be safe. Number three, organized. This is how you do it. Everything has a place and everything is in its place. Okay, so that means your logistics maps are not just some random thing on the wall. They're actually used and updated. So if a material or a delivery or anything comes to the site, you are asked, what is it? Okay, where does it go? And you mark it on the map, and then you say, when is it going to arrive? And that goes into your delivery software or your delivery schedule. That's important. What is it? And you're going to inspect it, by the way. Where does it go? And it's marked down, and when is it coming? Then your hoist operator, forklift operator, crane operators must follow that plan. Your laydown areas should be gridded off, leveled, beautiful, stabilized. Everything has a place. It's all coordinated and nothing ever goes in in a place that was not coordinated by the foreman. Number 4, if you want to manage the site, you must make sure you have the right logistical support systems. And that goes back to having a crane or a hoist or a forklift or multiple forklifts or loading zones or docks or scaffolding or covers for pedestrian walkways or whatever. Set up that job site not to do the least amount of work or to meet a budget, but to get people and materials where they need to be as quickly as possible so logistics is not a bottleneck. 5, worker conditions. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I would love to know, please comment below if you have other worker conditions that you would like to share, but here's what I'm talking about. Amazing bathrooms cleaned at least 3 times a week and having enough of them. Hand wash stations, trash cans, beautiful lunch areas where people can sit down and get out of the elements and heat and cool their food with like just really nice environment, right? Morning worker huddles, celebrations, clean environment, right? And the morning worker huddles are key here because this is where you provide real good connection. If you want to manage a site properly, take such good care of the workers that you know every day someone's going to say something. Meaning positive. When you have it that dialed in, you are on your way to managing a remarkable site. Number 6, the meeting system. You can't have a really good site unless you have the right meetings and huddles at the right times, right? So I always like to have a team meeting, which provides the overall management of the overall master plan and the supply chain that then allows trade partners once a week to do their pull planning, look ahead planning, weekly work planning according to that master plan. And then I like to have a daily foreman huddle where the foremen are planning the next day and a worker huddle where that plan is communicated to the workers daily. This is the minimum of what you need on your project sites, and if you implement them, it will go really, really well and you will be able to manage that site together with the last planners. Number 7, you've got to have zones and takt time. So you're building broken out by zones that are sized by work density, not by area, square foot or square meters, and that you have a takt time, a rhythm for how the trades move through those zones. That provides the spatial, visual outline of what work needs to be done, and your takt time provides the duration, and that together, synchronized with all the trades, provides the rhythm and the flow throughout the project. It's absolutely beautiful. Number 8, you must spend most of your time clearing the path. If you have a train of trades, which is what I call it, weaving through the project site and the zones, get the roadblocks out of the way. And so in your 6-week make ready look ahead plan and your weekly work plan, you're always working with the foreman to identify possible problems and clear those out of the way. Do not go out there to try and fight fires the day of. You should be looking weeks out, anticipating problems and removing those problems. Keep the path clear and your trades can do anything. Number 9, plan together with your last planners. If you want to run the site with them. Ask them what they expect. Ask them what things we can align on. Ask them to align on standards and to volunteer certain standards. Ask them to participate in the last planner system by creating these short interval plans and executing and holding each other accountable. And if you do that, you will have a wider team and enough people to actually manage that site. And then lastly, identify problems. Inside that management system, bring problems to the surface. Problems are not a problem. The only problem is when you don't think you have problems and then you don't actually solve them. That's the only real problem that we have anywhere in life. Solve those problems with the trade partners, identify them, discuss them, and solve them. These are the bare minimum of what it takes to manage a site. I'm going to put in the description below a Canva graphic that's formatted for you so that you can take this and actually use this for your site management technique to adapt to it and use it to be successful. I hope you've enjoyed this. On we go.